Name and address, please.
Christopher, 59835 Cynthia. Just want to bring to council's attention that there appears to be something going on with water bills. I have my October bill. It was paid on October 1st, paid in full. And then I get a bill last week that said I had a previous balance. How did I go from zero to a previous balance?
I know, but we'll take a look at it, sir, after.
Well, that concerns me, because since you've completed the audit by yourself, who do I take this to? And that's why I'm standing here. Who do I take it to? And I also have a bill from one of my rentals where I used to get a duplicate copy of the bill. Now I receive the bill. There appears on the surface like there's a little manipulation going on in the water building. And I think the timing stinks because it gives the appearance that I'm being put or attempted to be put in the fault. Just so you know, so you're not surprised in the future.
Thank you very much. At this time, any calls from the table?
My name is Francis P. 8881 Pine Street. I think that this is just a witch hunt. You get rid of Angela, he seconds it. He's in arrears in water bills. And we know this. I mean, how can you do that? You talk about her fumbling something with water bills, and this guy stands in judgment of her, and he's in arrears in water bills.
Yeah.
Over $1,000. I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
My name is George Drake. I'd like to speak to the action that basically this meeting was called for. Angela, Zarate, I'm 76 years old. I spent most of my, a great part of my early years in Jim Crow South, and I have never, this is my first really experience with a public lynching. And I've heard of them all my life, but this is the first thing I have seen to a public lynching in all of my 76 years. Angela just didn't just get here at the time that you arrived here. Angela has been working in this village for how many years? 8 years. And all of a sudden, you arrive, and then all of a sudden she's got all these problems. Something's wrong with that picture.
She chose to have a public hearing. Excuse me. She chose to have the hearing publicly. She could have had it behind closed doors. Thank you very much for your comment.
Well, that's why I'm speaking, because it is public. Thank you very much.
Calls from the floor.
At this time, I'm going to take calls from the table.
What about the floor?
Done with the floor?
What about the floor?
Yes, I'm done with the floor. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes.
We really got to get this down.
Let's make calls from the table.
Wow. I don't think she can do that.
Yes, I do have $1,000 water bill. Previous 2 years, I have all the documentation that was brought forth during this audit, and not just to the president, but to others. Water was placed on my taxes for the last 2 years, caused my mortgage to go up to over $1,093. And could nobody give me an explanation or a reason legitimately as to why that happened. They show adjustments that was made on my bill for over 564 units of water. Now you tell me where they do that at. Okay? So I am not paying a water bill until they fix it. Once they fix it, if they feel this up, no, that's not the way. Once they fix this issue, I have no problems with paying whatever water bill it is, and I can put it in escrow if that's what the residents of this great community
What,
would
put
like
it in
to see.
escrow? Trustee Tedwell.
Hmm?
Yes. Okay.
Comment. First of all, I think we should hear calls from the floor until they're all done, but that's my opinion. Secondly, in terms of this termination hearing, I personally, the way, I just want to explain why I voted how I voted. Okay, you can sign all you want, but I just want it to be put out there. I don't like making a vote on such a critical issue without people knowing why. Informally, through various means and whatnot, I agree with, I'm inclined to agree with the vast majority of what's been presented, if not more, against Mr. Roddy. So I would be inclined, yes, at a later time to vote for termination. I would. I do believe they're factual. I do believe she's caused a disruption. I just don't think that in such a short amount of time it was put forth to council, especially as to why I voted with Harris for further fact finding. To my understanding, that the Employee Relations Committee did meet. Whether or not that was posted publicly or open meetings, I'm not going to get into that. I don't know to that effect, but I don't believe I've received a summary from them or minutes were released or anything of that meeting. So at a later time, I would have felt more comfortable in so some of you might not appreciate that, some of you might, but that's where I stand. I probably would, but just not today. It wasn't the right timing.
I just want the public to understand something. I know we're in the middle of election season here, but the village business must go forward, regardless of who it is, or what the situation is, or how anyone here feels about what took place today. So, she has some rights that she has to fulfill as an employee. I hope she does fulfill those rights, because as a citizen of this country, you have the right to bring whatever disciplinary action come your way. And as she brings it forward, the council, at least I will listen to what she has to say. I'm glad she did have a public hearing, because then you know what's going on and why it's happening the way it's happening. So there's some errors that was made, those errors will be corrected moving forward. If no errors was made, then we know we are doing the best job that we can for the residents of the village of New Haven. So I wish everyone luck on this situation. I am concerned about residents who have said how much a person that lives in this village have on their water bills. The only person should know that is the person who owns that water. So for that to happen shows a problem in our municipality office, and that was not. Moving forward, that's going to stop. Moving forward, no one else information should come out unless it's FOIA, and not even that information can be FOIA. So that kind of behavior must stop. If we want this village to move forward, and stop all of the bickering that goes on, you have to start doing what's right for our community.
That's right.
And that's it.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Motion made by President Castle, seconded by Daniel Vanderkerk. All those in favor say aye.